Yes, hello. I wanted to briefly cover about the conclave hii ya Wakatoliki. I want to make my wanted to briefly cover about the conclave hii ya Wakatoliki. I want to make my prediction, and then we can judge when it comes. I believe that the papacy will be decided by this week. I don't think we are going to have a lot of time. We are going to spend a lot of time, because I know in the modern time, agreements are usually very easy. So I wanted to predict. So what happens is that right now in the Catholic Church, the largest church in the world, which has been electing their popes, hii ya Wakatoliki, I want to make my prediction, and then we can judge when it comes. I believe that the papacy will be decided by this week. I don't think we are going to have a lot of time. We are going to spend a lot of time, because I know in the modern time, agreements are usually very easy. So I wanted to predict. So what happens is that right now in the Catholic Church, the largest church in the world, which has been electing their popes after the previous one dies. So up to now, they have had 266 popes. So maybe I can give a brief history of the church. So they have around 260. Majority have come from Italy, almost 90%, even though countries like Portugal, Austria, and also Africa produced popes in the last time. So the Pope is usually considered as the Bishop of Rome, and he is a representative of Jesus Christ on the earth. That's how the church takes him. So out of the popes who have been there, once you are elected the Pope, you are supposed to choose a name. The name which has had majority of the people is Benedict. So there have been 17 Benedictines, 1717, 6 Augustinians, 4 Canons Regular, 4 Franciscans, 4 Dominicans, 2 Conventional Franciscans, 2 Cistercians, 1 Caldomace, and 1 Jesuit. Jesuit is the guy who just died the other day. So now that we consider popes to be one of the cardinals, right now we have around 133 cardinals who are going to do the election. What happens is that we usually have 3 categories of cardinals. We have 3 categories of cardinals. So we have the most senior cardinals who are located in Rome. I can read for you that. So we have 3 categories of cardinals. If you're a cardinal, You can be a cardinal bishop, you can be a cardinal priest, you can be a cardinal deacon. And the rank goes down that way. So cardinal bishop, this is the highest order, typically holding the sub-Urbanian sees, dioceses surrounding Rome. So you are somewhere in Rome. They are also the senior most cardinals, with the dean and the vice dean of the College of Cardinals being chosen from among them. Then there's the cardinal priest. Cardinal priests are located outside, so that this order generally comprises bishops who are in charge of dioceses around the world. So if you are a bishop, if you are an archbishop in other places other than Rome, we call you a cardinal priest. So it's a lower rank. Then is a lower rank than the bishop. Then we have the cardinal deacons. The cardinal deacons, they work in the Roman Curia, or the diplomatic service of the Holy See. So they work in the diplomatic of the Holy See. So maybe umetumwa na kanisa kutoka Rome. So like you are the representative of Pope, kitu kama hiyo. As other clergy who may not be bishops, they can opt to become cardinal priests after a certain period. They can also become cardinal priests after a certain period. So basically that is what happens. So let me explain to you how many cardinal bishops. So cardinal bishops are the few, and you need to know that the senior people are always the few ones. So cardinal bishops are few. So six cardinals who are chosen by the Pope to be titular bishops of the 7 suburban dioceses in the vicinity of Rome, plus additional cardinals who have been exceptionally co-opted as cardinal bishops, as well as, they're usually around 13. Currently, we have 13 in the whole world. In the whole world. So we have like around 13 cardinal bishops. Then cardinal priests around wengi, because unajua wako kwa madioceses zote za dunia. So cardinal bishops, they are typically in charge of dioceses around the world, as well as former cardinal deacons, and they are also former cardinal deacons who can be opted to be elevated to become cardinal priests. The most senior cardinal priest is the proto-priest. Currently, Michael Michai. Among the cardinal electors, the senior cardinal priest is Vinko Purujic. Then cardinal deacons, bishops who work in Rome, mostly diplomatic side, the Holy See. Usually the proto-deacon is the guy who will announce the Pope. So once the Pope has been elected, the Pope will be asked if he agrees on the job. And once the Pope says that he agrees on the job, now the proto-deacon will go and announce Habemus Papam. Habemus Papam, meaning that we have a Pope. Habemus Papam, we have a Pope. Tuko na Papa. He will begin by greeting people, and then he declare the elected Pope by mentioning where he comes from, and he will also mention the name which the Pope has chosen. And then his papacy starts till his death, if he doesn't resign. So what has been happening actually is that I feel is like there is a gentleman agreement of whether it is a cardinal priest or a cardinal bishop who becomes the Pope. If you look at the one who we just buried last week, Pope Francis. Pope Francis was a cardinal priest because he was Bishop of Buenos Aires, that is Argentina. He was a cardinal priest. Let's move backward. Ratzinger, who was Benedictus wa kumi na sita, Benedict the 16th. Benedict the 16th was a cardinal bishop. Now I want you to see the formula. So we have started with Francis Gregorio, who is a cardinal priest. The next one, going behind, who was Ratzinger from Germany, who was a cardinal bishop in Rome. Then we go to Wotija. Wotija was John Paul II, one of the longest serving Pope, 26 years. John Paul II was a cardinal priest. I want you to see the sequence. He was a cardinal priest. Then, John Paul II was from Poland. So you can see all the three popes who we have been having, they are outside Europe. No, not outside, outside Rome, Italy. Because majority of popes came from Rome there before. But at least the last three ones have not come from Italy. So let's now do a prediction. And Bergoglio is an Italian from Argentina, anyway, who lives in America. So Italians don't claim that he is their own, even though his grandfather came from Italy. But Italians, they don't feel he is theirs. So they feel he is an American, South American. So Italians feel they now need a pope, even though they have produced like 90% of popes. Italians feel, and now, if you look at the mathematics of how it is, the next cardinal will have to be a cardinal bishop. There's no way. So a cardinal priest will not become a pope. If you look at the sequence, personally, I have monitored the sequence. If you go backward, there is that oscillation. Priest, bishop, priest, bishop, priest, bishop, going backward. Maybe unless if there's no any willing cardinal bishop, but I don't think. So that's why I'm saying this modern day conclaves are very easy to do because they know this is time for a cardinal priest, this is time for a cardinal bishop. Right now, even this conclave, even though they are portraying a secretive process, the truth of the matter is that cardinal priests are not, they know it is not their time. So there is like that oscillation. So cardinal priests, they know that it's not their time. So it's only that they cannot tell us. And that's why you are seeing that many people are trying to predict, and the much of the prediction is being done on the cardinal bishops, the guys who are located in Rome. So, unfortunately, is that out of the voting age, we do not have an African who is a cardinal bishop. So, by that stand, I can say with certainty, na huyu ananiona anaweza nisalimia. Yeah, I'm doing with the other show, no problem. So, kama unaniona unaweza nisalimia tu, nijue ni nani. So, and you can also give the others. So, the cardinal bishop are very few, 13 of them. So they know it is their time because, Rome is very coordinated, so they don't want to do things which could split the church. So be assured that the cardinal bishop will do the thing. So who are the cardinal bishops? Let me read it for you. Let me read for you that is cardinal bishops. So this is the list. Yeah, so the cardinal bishops who are there, list of current bishops, cardinal bishops, cardinal. Let me see there. Cardinal bishop. Let me put the ones who are voting list. I want to bring the ones who will vote because this one will help us a lot. The foreign US cardinals are eligible to vote. So cardinal bishops, I'm talking of cardinal bishops. The ones which they are giving us for the US, all these ones are cardinal priests. I'm not looking at cardinal priests, I'm looking at cardinal bishops. Cardinal voters, cardinal bishop voters. Let's see if we will be able to get. Yeah, this is the list. Oh, yeah, good. This is the wrist. Why are they not giving me? I need the. I need the full list of the. I wanted to read for you the cardinal bishops. Cardinal bishops in Rome. Let me just type in Rome. I just wanted to read for you cardinal bishops. Okay. Yeah, they are 13. I wanted the ones who are years. The ones who will vote are the ones who are less than 80 years. So the ones who I see here. So there is Pietro Parolin, who is the Secretary of State. That's an Italian. I can see Filoni. Then I can see Tagre. So Tagre will vote. Then I can see Prevost. So there is also Prevost. Actually, there are very few. You see, there is also a cardinal bishop from Africa called Alinze, but he is outside the voting. He is 92 years old now. So Alinze cannot do it. So Alinze cannot do it. 75. Sarko from Baghdad. Anyway, so these are the cardinal. So that's why if you see like the list of the cardinal bishops, they are 13. So, and out of the 13, that it means I wanted to tell you the only ones now who are remaining. We are now having Prevost, one Prevost. We have Tagre, so Prevost, one. Tagre from Philippines, and Pietro Parolin. Pietro Parolin and Filoni. Yeah. The Pope will be either of those four. So Pietro Parolin is the secretary, because when Italy produced the popes last time, it was the Secretary of State. Secretary of State is like a deputy pope. Is a very senior position. Secretary of State of Rome. So Pietro Parolin is now having more experience. So I think Pietro Parolin can become pope. So my guess is Pietro Parolin or Tagre from Philippines, if they will want somebody from outside Italy, they could go for Tagre. So that's why Tagre's tie is very high. Tagre. Luis Antonio Tagre, his tie is very high. The fact that he is a cardinal bishop is not a joke. He is a serious evangelist. I don't know where I classify him in terms of his belief system, but I think Tagre could become the pope. So my guesses are two. With the high ranking, so Tagre, I give him highest rank. Then number two, I give Pietro Parolin, because it's the time for the cardinal priest. Anyway, but let's wait and we see if maybe also the cardinals could also decide to alter the discussion. So, but I don't think they will do that. So, cardinal priests are majority 205 in number. They are too many because they come from all over the world. So they are 205. And then cardinal deacons are 34. Cardinal deaconry, they are 34. Yes. So the guy who will announce the Pope is called Dominic Francois Joseph Cardinal Mabalet. So that is the proto-deacon. So that's the guy who will announce who will announce the Pope. Yes. So that's the guy who will announce the Pope. Albano. Well, that's Cardinal. So the most senior cardinal priest is called Michael Michai from San Lorenzo in Panistima. And the lowest ranking cardinal priest is St. Marco Anglo Noverio. It's called Domenico Cardinal Battaglia. It's called Cardinal Battaglia, Cardinal priest of San Anglo. So that's what will happen. So let's wait and see. My prediction is Cardinal Tagle from Philippines. If not Cardinal Tagle, Pietro Parolin from Italy.